President. I just wanted to take this opportunity because before we came up, I wanted to say because there's a lot of women in the room here, and if you guys aspire to be golfers, then that's good. I remember when I first became a two-seater, I wasn't the greatest golfer, but I wasn't. And I remember one time we were in Florida, right? And so I'm like, I don't want to golf with the same people. I want to golf with other people. And like Rev said, sometimes folks don't really want to golf with you, but they really don't. And then after a while, I kept practicing and kept practicing, and my game goes up and down. Sometimes I go to different places and I play the whole course, including the water, the trees, we went to Champagne and I played all of the courses. One of the things that I love about being a two-seater, I'm an only child. And one thing about the two-seaters, the men as well as the women in the course and the club, they kind of bring you in. They bring you in, and the whole two-seater, everybody has a need for a feeling of belongingness. So when you begin to do something, a sport, anything that you want to do, they give you that feeling of belongingness, So they would say, no, Capri, try this, try this, try that. And I did. And this year it was when I became club champion. It was such an achievement for me because I have a very high handicap, and my handicap would not even give me the par. But there comes a time in everybody's life when you just do everything right at the same time. You keep your eye on the ball, you don't move, and you swing through, and you do everything all the time. At the same time. And then you produce a really good score. And I surprised me when I golfed the score that I golfed. It was so wonderful to me, and we all celebrated. So one of the things that I love about being a two-seater is I get all of these brothers, and I get all of these sisters, and for an only child, it means a lot. And I want to say thank you, two-seater.
All right.
All right, all right.
My name is Wilma Smith, and I am the first female vice president.
Hey!
With that being said, I just love my brothers. They are a little bit challenging. They can bicker just as much as the next woman can. And thanks to Rev for nominating me. I'm so ready to push that button that says rescind. But I love them, and I enjoy this so much, and I love the game of golf, and I love playing with them. I love playing with the men because they challenge me to do better. I love playing with Capri because she is just a joke on the course. She had you cracking up. And I just love the game, so thanks.
What's this right there, name? Got voice to speak. Away from the speaker. Come up, sir. Step. Keep coming, keep coming.
You're in front of it.
Yeah.
Go over here. There you go.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My position is unique because I was one of two females that these gentlemen allowed to join their illustrious brotherhood. And they had not had women in the club prior to that. And they've been very nice. They have tolerated me. I was not the best golfer. I still strive to be better. But iron sharpens iron. That's right. And I enjoy playing with the guys. Some women kind of limit themselves to all-female groups. So I'm kind of glad that the two-seaters, decided that we would become a co-ed organization. And I'm still working on my game. I enjoy the club. As the gentlemen have said before us, we have done a lot of things. And I think what they neglected to say is that because we spend so much time here at University Park, the majority, I'd say 98% of the benevolence or the contributions that we have made have been in this community. We have really planted in the University Park area. So, I'll continue to work on my game. I'm like, what program is that where they got the cuss jar? I get on them about the cussing, and most of them, have become very respectful and they watch their mouths and what have you. But we have a great time. It's a good club. It's a good decision. Initially, Tootie and myself, we started with Chicago Women. And historically, the Chicago Women is the second oldest African American club in the United States. And that's where I got my start in golf. But they got to the point where they didn't want to play anymore. And these guys, they play every day, the days that they're scheduled, rain or shine. I've traveled with them. Went to Fort Lauderdale. Red was teasing me yesterday because some of us was like Jack Sprat. I didn't eat pork. Somebody else didn't eat beef. He was pulling his hair out because he didn't know what to cook. We've had a good time, and overall, they're a very respectful, respectable group of men, and a very diverse group of people. We have all kind of, well, that goes without saying, but we have people from various professions and what have you, and it just brings about a good mix. So I thank the guys for being a part of the group. I think I'm heading south towards the end of the year, so I might not be here next year, but I'm going to enjoy it while I'm here. Thank you.
Just to let you know how much we appreciate our female members. Last week I played with Geraldine. I shot my best score of the year. A 59. No, I did. So that was good.
59, right.
You don't want to throw that in there.
Okay, we're gonna close out the program. There's a couple things I would like to say. One, we want to thank you all for coming out because this is a great milestone for us. 10 years. One probably the biggest last golf league in the state. What's that, Cardi? I'm gonna let you say.
This is something important. Remember I was talking about something big that we did, something big.
Oh,
We're
hold
talking
on.
about that little something
Let
big.
the man speak.
No, this is it. We did Arizona for quite a few years, but Judge Sully, he dealt with a lot of troubled kids and jailbirds, and he decided. He said, "Well, I'm not gonna have these kids just go get locked up in these prisons." He sent them to a place called Boys Ranch, and when we went to Arizona, it was in Arizona, and it was a facility that teach these kids that. I had a little nephew there. Somehow, when we thought he was learning how to fix on cars, he was stealing cars. But the fact is, now this would happen. He ended up getting caught, going to jail. 15 years old. They want to try as an adult. He ain't killed nobody, but he's stealing cars. You can't leave your keys around. You can't leave your car around. Anyway, he ended up going to the Boys Ranch versus being locked up, where they made him go to school. They taught him how to work on cars. And what he did, they had a 70 Chevelle there, rusted up. By the time he got out, he got his GED, he graduated. They rebuilt that car. They built their own baseball field, but we would go and visit them every year. The two-seaters would go there. Before we went to the golf course, we had to go to the Boys Ranch to go and visit some of these kids and to encourage them to continue with the program and try to go straight, and that they had something that they can give back. He ended up being a body mechanic. Right. This one of the kids. Now, there's other kids that we got into construction work and things of such welding and all this stuff. He said they went to school. I didn't go to school. I just learned some stuff from people that went to school. But I'm gonna go to school because I'm retired now. I'm gonna make sure I go get me one of them papers and hang on the wall. But I did all right now because I had people around me that kind of made me do the right things, and it worked out. So that's something I had to share with you that we do. When we went to these trips, it wasn't about golf. We checked on these kids that were troubled, and we looked out for them, and we wanted them to strive right. We don't want them to stay in the life of crime. That's what the two-seaters is about. Amen. Give you an alternative to gangs and crime and that nonsense that's out there in the street. Right. I had to give that out.
And one thing we're going to do this next week, next Saturday, this is the first time the two-seaters are gonna participate in the University Park Parade with the junior golfers, so we're gonna be out there Saturday to extend what we can, give to the community. And we have a couple other things going on along with our two-seater golf outing, that's August 24th. So anyone that would like to play in our golf outing, see Mr. Marcus Alderson. He gave an application that you can turn in or email them. And we have our golf championship the 16th to 17th of August. With that being said, we're going to close it out with a couple of things. One, we're going to have, I know we're going to take care of that. We're going to have the 50-50 raffles, so if you want to buy some more tickets, we're going to take care of that in a second. Before we close, after we close out, I want you all to be able to do two things. One, see the pictures in the back and see our cake in the front before we cut it so you can have dessert. But I cannot go without saying this. One of our brothers is leaving us to go to our motherland, to Kenya. He's going back, and let me tell you, this man has been the glue and the backbone of so many things that we have done in the past 2 years. If you need something done, he takes care of it. We talk probably like 2 or 3 times a day, almost 6 days a week, to try to put things together for the club. And I really have to appreciate what he's doing because he's about to leave in 2 or 3 weeks. But he did it for quite some time.
4 years.
Okay? So the thing is, he put so much time into this, like he's going to be here next year. But he's about to leave us and take his family to Kenya. And we're going to miss this brother. And I want to just acknowledge him because he showed up about a half hour ago. So Mr. Al Liggins, we love you, man. We love you, buddy. Come on up here.
Hey man, I need my hug, man, before you leave.
This man got me on red stripe. I haven't been off of it since. Al, you have to say something, man, because we're going to be coming up.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
That's Al. Glad you made it. Yeah.
Okay. Can you hear me? Nope. Who can hear me? Can you hear me now?
Now we
Can you hear me now? As the Silver Fox said, in about 3 weeks, my family and I are getting ready to move to Kenya. We've been working on this for quite a while, and I wanted to come tonight because it could be a while before I come back, and these guys mean a lot to me. This is my second family, and I met Cardell, and I've told this story over and over again, but it's worth mentioning. I met him at a bar.
Not a bar.
No. Surprise. But, I golf quite a bit. In fact, I spend a lot of time in my backyard golfing. And so when I met Cardell and News and Keith, I also met a gentleman here, and congratulations to his son, Tony. And just the friendships that I've made along the way, it's amazing. And so I am sad to be going, because who am I going to bond with like Cardell? Or the Silver Fox? And that's and the last thing I'm going to say, because last week I played 9 holes at a golf course, and this is how addicted I am, because I could leave in the morning and not come back until the evening. And so my wife, I said, I'm going to play 9 holes. I'll be back by about 1:30. Well, she goes, are you only playing 9? But we were actually playing 18. So I think I got myself in trouble because she's calculating. So in any case, thank you very much to the two-seaters. Happy anniversary. And, like I said, I love you all.
Okay, we hope Al opens about a new charter, the Motherland Charter, two-seaters. Kenya, so we got the Kenya Open. Make it happen. You know, we go out there once a year. So we want to thank you all again for coming out, and we enjoy you all being out here. We thank congratulations to our recipients, and thank you for family and friends for coming out this evening. So next, if anybody wants to do the raffle, you have about 5 more minutes to buy raffle tickets. During that time, check out the cake, because we're going to cut it, check out the pictures, and we're going to do the raffle in about 5 minutes. So last call for raffles.